We kick today's video off in the Champions League with Club Brugge playing host to Aston Villa. And Club Brugge, they arrived in the round of 16 following their victory against Atalanta in the playoff round. Brugge picked up a 2-1 home win thanks to a somewhat controversial 94th minute penalty before going on to Bergamo and winning 3-1 on the night and 5-2 on aggregate, winning in some style. Clinical is the key word for Brugge across the two legs, as against Atalanta they converted just a combined 2.2 XG into 5 goals. In fact, Atalanta generated more XG in the second game than Club Brugge did across the whole 180 minutes of the tie, but they were incredibly wasteful and Brugge's backline pulled in some fantastic performances. In terms of form, that does mean Brugge have won back-to-back games in the Champions League. In the league phase, however, they did only have a record of 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 defeats, with all 3 defeats coming against sides that ranked higher than them in the competition. They host an Aston Villa side who bypassed the playoff round altogether, as they managed to finish in the top 8 of the league phase, with their last match against Celtic on matchday 8. Morgan Rogers got Villa off to a fantastic start by scoring a brace in the opening 5 minutes of the match. However, Aston Villa were unable to find a third goal, which allowed Adam Eder to pull the game level before half-time with his 2-minute barrage. It was then in the second period that Ollie Watkins handed Villa the lead once again on the hour mark, with Morgan Rogers completing his hat-trick and scoring Aston Villa's 4th goal of the night, with the final score ending 4-2. This meant that the Villains finished with a league phase record of 5 wins, 1 draw and 2 defeats. They also snuck into 8th place to avoid the playoff round. When we look at the head-to-head records, these sides have only played once in recent history, and that was on matchday 4 in the league stage this season. Club Brugge picked up a 1-0 win thanks to a Hans van Aken penalty on the 52nd minute. But taking a look at the numbers, whilst Aston Villa held more of the ball, it was the Belgian side that took charge in terms of attacking play. They won out with 13 shots to 8 and dominated the XG battle by 1.38 to Aston Villa's 0.42. My prediction for today's game is this match represents an excellent opportunity for Aston Villa to exact some revenge over their hosts. Aston Villa will come into this match the more rested of the two sides as they play an FA Cup match against Cardiff City on the 28th of February, which is an excellent opportunity for squad rotation and to plan effectively for the Champions League. Whereas Club Brugge, they have a tricky away game against Ghent on the Saturday, meaning not only will they lose out on an extra day of rest compared to Villa, they will also be forced to expend more first-team resources in the hopes of chasing down Genk at the top of the Belgian Pro League. With all of this in mind, I think Aston Villa will put in a much better showing in this encounter than the one earlier this season, and I think they will be able to pull off some sort of result in the away leg. I'm not 100% convinced that they're going to win this match, so I'm going to lay Club Brugge for a full stake here in bet number 1.